ToloMEO Board Farm enables hardware-in-loop testing for continuous board support package update and maintenance.
Hi, this is Manuel Papalis, Business Development Manager at Dave Embedded Systems. In the next few minutes, I will explain why hardware-in-the-loop matters for embedded products and why Dave Embedded Systems ToloMEO Board Farm is a strong answer for this market. The key idea is simple. Before a firmware release reaches a real customer or a remote fleet, it should prove itself on real hardware. ToloMEO Board Farm turns that idea into an automated, repeatable release gate. Hardware-in-the-loop or HIL means closing the test loop between a real embedded controller and a simulated environment. The firmware runs on the same kind of board that will be deployed while the outside world is represented by controlled signals, protocols, and test scenarios. This is available because it solves what pure software simulation cannot: real I/O, timing, boot behavior, interfaces, and fault conditions. In short, HIL lets teams validate earlier, more safely, and more consistently. For embedded teams, the release problem is no longer only whether the code compiles. Problems often appear at the boundary between software, electronics, DSP, communication interfaces, and update mechanisms. Manual benches do not scale, boards are scarce, and late defects are expensive. HIL changes the release question from did it build to did it behave correctly on the real device under controlled conditions. That is the standard embedded teams need. The modern requirement is to make HIL part of the DevSecOps flow. A build is created, flashed onto real boards, exercised with mock and regression scenarios, and then promoted only if it passes. This makes physical hardware a managed quality resource rather than an informal lab activity. The important capabilities are real devices, parallel capacity, reusable scenario, and traceable outcomes that connect the test result to the exact firmware artifacts and release path. This is where ToloMEO fits. ToloMEO is the Dave Embedded Systems modular platform for embedded devices management with cloud administration, secure connectivity, traceability, and selectable services. ToloMEO Embedded Manager is the operational core for firmware lifecycle, security, quality assurance, and software distribution across industrial embedded fleets. It gives the release process structure. Board Farm adds the missing physical proof. The build is not just managed, it is tested on real boards before it is allowed to move forward. ToloMEO Board Farm is the proposed HIL layer. It uses real Dave hardware targets, support a repeatable execution across platforms, and turn regressions or mock tests into reusable assets. The value is not only automation. The value is that the release gate is connected to the embedded product context, the board, the BSP, the artifacts, and the OTA path. Builds that pass can proceed towards signed and verified deployment, while failing, builds stop before they become field problems. Compared with a manual lab or custom scripts, Board Farm addresses the areas that usually make HIL hard to sustain. Manual testing gives a limited parallelism and weak evidence. Custom scripts can help, but often become fragmented and difficult to maintain across boards and product lines. ToloMEO Board Farm is designed to connect real board validation with traceability and release promotion. That makes it especially suitable for embedded companies managing industrial fleets and long product life cycles. The recommendation is clear. Make every firmware release prove itself on real hardware. Start with a pilot on one representative Dave Zone or SBC product line. Automate the keys mock and regression scenario, and then use Board Farm as the gate before signed OTA deployment. For the embedded market, ToloMEO Board Farm is compelling because it combines real boards, automated scenarios, fleet-aware traceability, and release to over-the-air integration in one Dave ecosystem. This is why it is the right HIL solution to propose.